Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Mommy Fine and Fit, also known as Karen. And it's been a hot minute. And you might be saying to yourself, like, Mommy Fine and Fit, where you been? Well, girl, let me tell you, buckle up, Buttercup, because the last couple of years, they've been a doozy. I had planned out like wanting to do this big fancy video and like editing and all the frills and stuff, but I kept putting it off. So I just decided today I'm out. I am about to go to work, so let me just sit here and just chit chat with you guys. I can't even talk today, and just let you know like where have I been, what's been going on. Yeah, so here we are. It's been a couple years. It really doesn't feel like it's been that long, but then when I think about it, it does. It's one of those things where, like, on one hand it feels like it was yesterday, and on the other hand it feels like a lifetime ago. Yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, the last time I uploaded was, I think, January or February of 2020. It's been that long, and I'm ashamed to say it. So what happened? Like, where have I been? Well, right after I uploaded that video was when the pandemic hit and we all went on lockdown. Everybody knows how that went. And so right at the beginning of that, in I think March or April, when was it? It was the end of March, beginning of April of that year. We actually ended up moving because Ken got a new job in another town. And so very beginning of the big happening, Ken got a new job and we had to move, which was super stressful because it was right when they were starting to lock everything down, and we had no clue if like the U-Haul store was going to be open. Could we even get a U-Haul? Were we going to be able to move our stuff? It was insane. And so, like, I know everybody had it rough, so I'm not saying that we had it the worst by any means, but I mean, when you're going through a stressful time, it's stressful. Whether you have it worse than somebody else or whether you don't, it's still stress and you still have to deal with it. So that was the first big kind of trigger point for me, was the stress of having to move, lockdowns and all of that stuff. We were able to find a U-Haul. We were able to get our stuff moved because we were moving like an hour and a half away, and we were doing all of our moving ourselves. Like, we didn't pay anybody to move for us. And so pretty much we ended up moving. And then like just the stress of being locked down, not being able to get out and see people. And then something that really affected me that I never really thought about was the masks. Like, not being able to see people's faces when I was out was like hugely just like mentally hard for me. I think like there's just something about that human interaction, seeing people smile and emotion and stuff like that. But anyway, so beginning of 2020 we moved to a different town. Husband started a new job. And then we just had like some stressful things happen in our family, and stuff like that. And me, being the overachieving food addict that I am, I turned back to food to deal with that stress. And I remember the weekend that was the catalyst for that shift, and it was Easter weekend of 2020. I allowed myself a cheat day. I had gotten down to like 192. And I allowed myself to have candy that day as like a splurge. And I should have known better because sugar is a huge trigger for me. And it just does me in every time. I'm highly addicted to sugar. And it just was like a snowball. Like, that one day of eating sugar led to another day of eating sugar. And then the cravings came back full force. And before I knew it, I gained 5 or 10 pounds. And for me, like, my brain does this interesting thing to me where it's like, if I gain 1 pound, it's almost like mentally I've gained all 80 of those pounds back. Like one may as well be 80. And I know how absolutely like insane that is. I know it makes no sense. I know it's not logical, but that is where my brain goes. And so, yeah, it just triggered like, I fell off the wagon. And emotionally, I was not prepared for that. I did not prepare for that cheat day. And so, yeah, I just ended up going completely off the deep end. And before I knew it, literally I was looking back at my weight chart. And if I can figure out how to do it again, because I haven't edited a video in a couple years, either here or here, I will insert pictures of like my weight and stuff. But looking back at my Fitbit, like in February of 2020, I was down to like low 190s. And 5 months later, I was in the 250s. I mean, I gained it back like that. It was fast. It was the fast and the furious that it came back on me. And I ultimately gained up to 189. Not 189. No, I want to be 189. 289. I got as big as 289. Well, in 2021, my oldest daughter announced that she was pregnant and she was expecting my first grandbaby. And I just knew. I knew that I did not want to be obese. Like, I was morbidly obese, y'all. Like, that's like, you gonna die obese. That was like the obese where like everything can go wrong. Your comorbidities for like everything are there. And I just knew like I didn't want to be that Mimi for her, because like my Achilles tendonitis was back in full force. Chronic fatigue was back in full force. I was exhausted all the time. I felt like garbage. When I would stand up, I was in my early 40s and I was walking like I was in my 80s, y'all. I would walk hunched over and bent over until my body could limber up enough I could stand up. And I thought, this is just crazy. There's no reason for this. I should still be in my best years, like in the prime of my life. I should have energy and be able to play with my babies and my grandbabies. And I knew I wanted to be that Mimi that could like run and play with her and like pick her up and swing her around and have that energy to just play and toss her up in the air. And I did not have that energy. I couldn't even pick my own self up off the couch without limping, much less chase a grandbaby around. And like, I was very young when I had my kids. I was 17 when my first baby was born. And one thing I always loved about being a young mom was I was going to be a young grandma. You know, God willing, I was going to be a young grandma. And I always thought that was such a cool thing, that I would be a young grandmother because I would have energy to play with my grandkids, right? But that's not where I was going to be. And I knew that if I didn't get it under control, I was probably going to be 300 and something by the end of the year. And so I knew at that point I wanted to lose weight, but it still took me a full year to really wrap my head around it and get in the headspace to start. So my sweet baby was born in March of this year. And so I will only share limited details about her, just because like my kids have made the decision that they don't want to be on social media. So I only share what I have permission to share. So like I will not probably share names and stuff like that. But it's out of respect for my kids. I choose social media, they do not, and I'm the mom that honors that. I will not force my kids to be on social media. But anyway, so just had to throw that little disclaimer in there. If you're wondering why, like I'm not using her name or anything, that's why. Now if my daughter gives me permission, then y'all can know it. But as of right now, I don't have permission. So anyway, but she was born in March, and like they lifted their COVID restrictions like a day or two before she was born. So I actually got to be in the room and see her born. Like I was right there. I saw her born. I held the foot. I coached my daughter. It was It was amazing. And I got to be careful because I will be in tears if I keep going. But it was just such a miracle. And I was praying so hard that I would get to be there to actually see her be born. And I saw her come out, and it was just the most amazing thing I have ever seen. And so, like, I knew, like, I have got to be a good Mimi for this girl. Like, I have got to be that Mimi that can run and play with her. She deserves to have a grandma that can run and play with her, not one that is in the chair watching life happen. So that was in March. It did take me a couple more months to really get my head in the game. So in June is when I've been having super bad reflux. Sugar triggers reflux massively for me. Sugar, it triggers reflux and inflammation and pain for me. I cannot do regular refined sugars. I've been having reflux so bad, I slept, y'all, with a big box of baking soda by my bed so that when I would wake up and I was aspirating, I could take that to help neutralize the acid. And this one night I'd slept on the couch because I just couldn't rest, and like my snoring was out of control. One of my youngest kids told me, like, Mom, you sound like death when you sleep. It was to a point where I was afraid to sleep, okay? I was afraid to sleep. But this one night, I woke up, I had aspirated straight up stomach acid into my lungs, and I woke up like gasping for air, coughing, and of course, like every time I would cough, the stomach acid would come up and it would just burn, and I had to cough and cough and cough to get it all up. And that was it. Like, that was my breaking point. That was my breaking point where I was like, this has to change. I cannot live like this another night. I'm afraid to go to sleep. I snore like a grizzly bear. I have to sleep with the Costco size box of baking soda by the bed. Like, this can't keep going on. That day, cold turkey, I stopped sugar. I started eating keto, and y'all, like that, reflux gone. I don't think I have woken up another night since with reflux. My snoring has gotten better. I don't snore like that anymore. It's just cold turkey. And like, I started to feel better. I started losing weight, and part of me wanted to get back on here and start filming on my channel again, but I knew that would be detrimental to my weight loss, because I'm the type of person, I really have to get alone with myself and alone with my thoughts, and I just have to do it. And so I made the decision to wait until I got back down to where I was before I started gaining the weight, which was in the low 190s. And y'all, as of this week, I hit 191.6, baby. 191.6. That is the lowest I have been in over 2 years. Over 2 years. Y'all, I'm back in all of my clothes again. I can wear my clothes. Like, I cannot tell you. Like, back in June, this felt like a pipe dream because I had lost and gained so many times that I almost felt hopeless to start over. Like, I've done this how many times? Like, I felt so hopeless to start over. But God, like, it is only through God. I have to give God all the glory for giving me the strength to get up every day and do the next right thing. Because under my own power, I had eaten my way to 289 pounds. It is only through Jesus, like, y'all, I'm serious, through his help, I've gotten that weight back off. And so, like, now I feel like I'm more in a place to come back and start filming again. And I want to start filming again. I want to focus on my channel. And I just want to say to people, like, make today your day one. Make today your day one. In 6 months, you are going to be somewhere. It may as well be somewhere better than you are today. Even if it's 5 pounds better, it's still better. Like, make today your day one. Do not let your failures stop you. Just don't. Because I am that girl. I am that girl that lost weight, lost almost 100 pounds, and then gained back more than I lost multiple times. And I'm here to tell you, it is so worth it. It is so worth it when you can finally cross your legs again, when you can tie your shoes, when you can bathe and you can reach. to bathe and get clean. Because y'all, I'm not going to lie. Let's just get to the nitty gritty. At 289 pounds, I had a hard time bathing. I had to buy a shower handle that removed, like the sprayer nozzle, so I could reach the girly bits. Like, I won't be more graphic than that. But let's just be honest. I could not bathe properly because I couldn't reach anything. Like, and now, y'all, like, my shower literally feels like it's gotten bigger because I don't fill it up anymore, you know? And, like, I'm telling you, it is so worth it. It's so worth it. Just take that step. You will never regret trying again. Like, you won't. Just do it. Just do it. You're worth it. You have nothing to lose but the weight. And you have everything to gain. And so, like, now I have more energy. I still have Achilles tendonitis, but it's almost gone. Y'all, I've done 3 5Ks. I have done 3 5Ks. And in my last 5K, I ran part of it. I probably ran a half mile to a mile of it. And no, it's not the whole way. But y'all, I'm a freaking runner. I'm a runner. Like, I can say that now. I'm a runner. And like, these goals may seem silly, but these are things I only dreamt of. I never thought I could say that I ran part of a 5K or that I did a 5K. And when I started in June, y'all, I couldn't walk around the block. I literally felt like I was dying walking around the block. And now I can walk a 5K multiple times a week and be okay. And like, as far as my time, when I first started, I walked like a 23-minute mile. Now I can walk a 13-minute mile. I have shaved 10 minutes off of my mile. Like, I know I sound giddy, but I feel like a kid in a candy store because it's like the things that this body can do. I don't want to cry because I don't have a waterproof. The things this body can do that 6 months ago it couldn't. It's like being freed from a prison, you know? So it really is. It's like being freed from a prison. But it's like I do still have like that muscle memory of being fat, of severely obese. Where like I'll go to put on something and I don't realize that I can fit in this now. Like, it fits now. Or I'll go to do something like sit on the floor, or like I can draw my knees up and touch my chest with my knees and doing sit-ups. It's like getting a new body, you know? And it's so stinking cool that the things that I can do now, and I'm so grateful for those things, like to be given back your mobility and your ability to walk and not hurt. Like, to be in less pain every day. It is such a blessing and a miracle to get back your life, you know, and it's been hard work, but I can tell you there's not a donut that I passed up that was better than what this feels like. I promise you. There is no candy bar. There is no mashed potatoes. There is no Thanksgiving meal that tastes better than this feels. There just isn't. And like, for the holidays, I stayed keto. I made keto pecan pies. I made keto yeast rolls. And I was satisfied. I never felt deprived. I never felt like I had to do without anything. You know, there's just everything that your addiction is telling you. Everything that addiction tells you that you're going to miss out, you're going to be deprived, it is a lie. It is a straight up lie. You can lose weight and you don't have to feel deprived. You don't have to feel left out. Pizza movie night, I can still have that. Taco night, I can still have that. I just have to modify the foods that I eat so that they fit into my macros. I lost weight during the holidays. And I had keto cinnamon rolls. I had keto pecan pie. I ate the things. I ate all the things. But I did it within my macros, and I did a keto version of it. And guys, I'm telling you, like, it's nothing tastes as good as this feels. You know, so, and I say that to encourage you that if you suffer from food addiction and food addiction is telling you that it's over and you can't do better and you may as well give up, it's a lie. That is a lie that addiction tells you so that you stay caught in that web. But there is freedom. And I do want to stress this. I am not one of those people that is a diet hard nose. I truly believe that you have to find the diet that works with your body. For me, it's keto. For you, it may be vegan. It could be Weight Watchers. It could be calorie counting. It could be, low fat. I can't tell you what that is for you. I can only tell you what worked for me. So my channel is not one of those that pushes one way of eating. I hope that I never get to that. If I do, call me out. But I will tell you what worked for me personally. And for me personally, it was keto. But I did want to clarify that. I'm not trying to push keto because not everybody flourishes on keto. Some people, they flourish on vegan and stuff like that. So this isn't me coming to you to say, oh, you have to do it my way. But this is just the way that worked for me, and I want to share that. But yeah, it's just every day I feel like there's something new that I could do that 87 pounds ago I couldn't do. 84, 87. I gained a couple of pounds the last couple of days, but I know a lot of that's water weight because I did splurge on some extra keto treats. Me and Ken found these ones that I had seen on TikTok and I wanted to try, or not TikTok, Instagram. And I tried several of them yesterday. And so I've gained a lot of water weight the last couple of days. But yeah, I was actually able, and we had a lot of stuff go on during the holidays. That we had a tire blew. We were having issues with our car. My biological mom passed away. And then we've had sickness. Our kids have been sick a couple of times since Thanksgiving. Gosh, what else happened? Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff has happened. We've had Christmas Day started with projectile vomit. It's been a time. But, by God's grace, I did not turn back to my vice, which is food. I kept it keto. I pushed through. And so still managed to lose weight during the holidays. And so, but yeah, it's been a hard year. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We have had a lot of, we've had some traumas this year, some loss, family things that have gone on, relationships that have fallen apart. It's 2022 was a hard year for us, but I do thank God for the blessings, for the new grandbaby, for the strength to get my weight back on track. And hopefully 2023 is going to be better. I'm praying it's going to be better. I really need 2023 to be a better year. But I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to work on my weight loss more. As far as what my goals are this year, I think I want to lose another 40 to 50 pounds. That is not set in stone because I don't know what my body composition is going to look like as I transition. I still want to walk and I want to train and I want to do more races this year, but I also want to start focusing more on lifting weights and toning because I'm debating the idea of skin removal surgery. If you have any tips to finding a good doctor, drop them down below. I need all the tips I can get because I'm really nervous about finding the right doctor. But yeah, I want to get skin removal surgery, but I also want to see how much I can do in the by working out and lifting weights. I want to see how far I can get, but I struggle with loose skin on my arms. You can't really tell it in this shirt because it's got tighter sleeves. My belly, possibly my boobs, I don't know, but I am entertaining the thought of having skin removal surgery. And so I don't know. I want to go see a surgeon and get their opinion on what I need to do to be healthy for surgery, to get my body ready for surgery, how much more weight they suggest that I lose to qualify. So all of that's going to come into play. But judging by when Ken and I first met 16 years ago, I had gotten down to 150, 152. And I still had that big stomach roll. I did not get rid of that. It was smaller, but I didn't get rid of it. And so I don't know what that's going to look like as I continue to refine and tone and lose weight. So I really want to see how I look as I build muscle, what the surgeon says, all of that stuff. So I don't have a hard and fast rule. But that's kind of what I'm basing what I think I want to get down to off of is what I looked like at 150 before. But other than that, like as far as like my exercise goals, I want to start lifting again. I want to work on toning and building more muscle. Because I've done some toning, but it's mostly just been like body weight resistance bands. And then, that and walking, like doing a lot of walking. I want to do a few more 5Ks this year. I also have like a passion project that I want to put out this year. I don't know if you've been with my channel from a couple years ago, you may know that in 2014, Ken and I lost our youngest child through like early in our pregnancy. And so one passion project of mine is I want to do his story. So I want to do that this year. I have that planned. I'm excited about that because I've wanted to do it ever since we lost him, but I just was never in a place to be able to do it. So I'm like scouting out filming locations and stuff for that now so that I can tell my baby boy's story, because I feel like he deserves to have his story told. And then just enjoying my new grandbaby. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share. If you're still here, thank you for not giving up on me, unsubscribing. To be honest, you probably forgot that I existed in the last 2 years, and I can't blame you. But now that I'm back down in the early or the low 190s, I think I'm in mentally a place to start back sharing. And I'm going to try to drop a few pictures up here. I hope I can figure it out. If I don't, then this will just be blank. This will just be blank. But just bear with me because I haven't edited a video in a couple of years. So I've got to kind of relearn my cameras and relearn my editing program and all of that. But I want to start doing day in the lives. I want to do some try-on hauls. I would like to start doing like just weight loss vlogs, recipe vlogs, because y'all, I'm learning so much. I'm finding new channels of some new girls that are really helping out. If you get a chance, check out Victoria's Keto Kitchen. She is amazing. Even if you're not keto, she has recipes on there that could help if you're just going sugar-free. Another girl that I found that her name is Charlotte. Random Keto is her channel. She is amazing. I just adore her. She is so dang precious. Her kids are precious. And she tries out new recipes, the Keto Twins. Like, I have found so many new resources that I wish I had 2 years ago. But you can't cry over the past. It is what it is. I have them now by the grace of God. And so, I'm excited. And I really hope you'll stick around. If you want to follow my journey, check out, just click on subscribe down below, click the bell so you get notified, and let's do this. Let's do this 2023 together. Let's get the rest of this weight off. Hopefully by Christmas I can get my skin removal surgery, I can be all tight and look like me again, just like getting me back, y'all. But I look forward to this year with you guys, and I hope you'll subscribe and hang around for the journey. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for being here, and God bless y'all, and happy 2023. Happy New Year. Bye.